Welcome to FSG Realism, FSG Logistics. In this video, we're going to go over how the logistics works, what it's about, all that good stuff. Okay, so welcome to FSG Logistics. Basically, what the FSG Logistics is for FSG Realism is a place to take advantage of, put your vehicles to work when you're not using them. So if you have a couple semi trucks and a couple trailers, you could shoot them to the website, store them, which I've shown in another video, and then you can put them to work and actually make money on them while they're not in use. So for example, if you're in wintertime when you can't really do much or whatever, you can shoot them to the website and make some money off of them. Now, this is not tied to ATS or anything like that. We do get that question a lot. Who knows, maybe in the future we might come up with something for that, but for now there are no plans to actually go forward with tying it to anything outside of Farming Simulator. So what you can do, send your trucks to your garage and then come in here and put them to work. So basically you become the dispatcher. Okay, so if you go to hireable on the website, once you're logged in, you go to logistics and then hireable, and this will show you all the vehicles that are currently enabled to be able to be used on the FSG Logistics. Okay, so there's a good bit to choose from here. Now, haven't done a load yet, so let's do our first load. Okay, so we want to go to the load board. The load board is where you can find loads to book for your vehicles. So as you see here, I've got 2 hireable semi trucks in my garage and 2 van trailers that are hireable. I set this up to make it as easy for you guys as possible. Can't make it too easy, but I wanted it to be somewhat easy so you're not trying to figure out, I don't want it to the point where you get discouraged from using it, right? So to start out, let's book a van load, right? So we'll click on van. Okay, and then you can select your price range if you want the high dollar loads. Now keep in mind, the high dollar loads take a lot longer to complete. The lower ones take less time. So if you see here, your travel time is 5 hours, travel time 4 hours, travel time 3 hours, but the lower the distance or travel time, the lower the pay. Okay, so 3 hours, 7 hours, 4 hours, 0 hours. Okay. This one doesn't take long. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. That way I can kind of show what happens after you deliver your load. Okay. So we'll go ahead and view the load. Let's see. Why is this one not showing? Oh, I have to have a company. Ha! Forgot about that part. So I want to come to the home page and apply to start a new logistics company. And then you can just put in Stew Trucking or whatever, and then a little info, and then more info, right? Submit your application and be creative there, because that does show up on your dealie here. Now, we do have to wait for approval, and it is a manual process. So if it takes us too long, just remind us, hey, don't forget, you forgot about me. I've got a trucking company. I want to start making money, and we'll get it as quick as we can. Okay. Okay, I've been accepted, so I'm good to go. Let's give this page a refresh. Okay, I currently have a company, so I can now operate. So we'll go to the load board, and then I'm going to click van. I want cheap loads. Let's find that 0 hour one. Okay, $200. Okay, So once you view the load and you're all set to go, you'll see the equipment you can use on that load. So you'll need to select one truck and one trailer for that load. Okay, so let's book the load. All right. Once your load is booked, you have to start the dispatch on it. Now, keep an eye on the pickup dates as well, because if you pick a load that picks up tomorrow, you have to wait till tomorrow to start the dispatch. So some things to keep in mind. You cannot pick up the loads early. All right, so we'll go ahead and start the dispatch. Okay, now the system will update according to how long it takes and yada, yada, yada. As you see, there's a time multiplier here, which is 5x in this case. And what that means is if you get a load that's 10 hours, it will actually only take 2 hours real life time, because you're basically dividing it by 5 technically. But anyway, so it's fairly quick to get done. So how it says load duration 5 minutes, real life would have been 1 hour, because you've got your load time from dispatch to go pick up the load, and then you've got your in route time, and then time to unload at the receiver, and then your load is complete. So there's, I want to say 15 minutes added on, or 30 minutes added on to each end. So 1 hour total for the transportation and all that good stuff. Now, I'm going to show you this after I deliver this load. When you go to your next load, you will have to be mindful of the distance from your last delivery location to the new pickup location, because that time and distance will be calculated into your next load. So it's kind of based on a realistic way of trucking, like how it is in real life. Pretty close. I mean, it's not going to be exact, but it is very highly based on real life trucking. Fortunately for me, I was actually a dispatcher and planner for a large trucking company, so I kind of used some of that knowledge to be able to create this. And basically what it is you're just a dispatcher at this point, dispatcher planner. So you plan your loads, dispatch them, and then your trucks virtually complete these loads. So in 10 minutes, this load will be complete, and then we will be able to use that truck on another load. So while we're waiting, we'll come back to load board. Let's go ahead and get our other truck moving. So we'll click on van, go ahead and pick a cheap load. Here's another one. We'll go ahead and go with this guy, and then we'll book that load. Okay. And then, oh, doesn't pick up till tomorrow. Oh, dummy. Now, once you book a load, you're kind of stuck with that load. Eventually we'll have a way where you can cancel the load, but you'll have to pay like a small fee or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But for now, once you book a load, you're stuck with it. I'm gonna go ahead and update this for the testing purposes to be able to have the load picked up today. So I will be right back. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I can now dispatch this load. But yeah, that's a perfect example of why to pay attention to your pick date. Anywho, we'll go ahead and start the dispatch, get this thing going. It's going to take about 10 minutes for this one to complete as well. Now, if you want to leave this up on one of your other screens, if you have multiple screens, whatever, you can, and it'll automatically refresh and update the progress bar as it goes. You can also go to My Loads and see your currently active loads, the ones that are in progress, completed, missed, and so on. So if you don't get a load on the pickup date, and the next day it'll become a missed load. So something to keep in mind there too. Also, really cool, when loads are ready for pickup, you'll get a notification in Discord saying, hey, this load's ready for pickup. And once your loads are delivered, you'll get a notification in Discord saying the load is delivered. So technically you can book your loads on the website, and then the Discord will let you know when to do your next step. So that kind of helps a little bit with that whole process. A lot of folks will kind of like at their lunch break at work or something like that, they'll hop on and check on their loads. They'll complete the ones that you completed and book new loads for the trucks that they have available for new loads. So all kinds of stuff like that. Let's see what else. Yeah, okay, so we'll just have to wait for these loads to... Oh, here we go. This load shows complete. We got to give it just a few minutes for the system to fully complete it. So I will return once this shows complete. Okay, our load is now complete and the system has automatically paid us. So if I go to my banking and then go to my checking, I'll see that the load completed, load ID and all that good stuff. I got paid my $200. We're happy. Okay, so let's go back here to logistics. All right, so my loads, we got one more load here we can keep an eye on. That's in progress. This one's completed. We can ignore the green if we want to. The in progress, let's view it. This one should be completing now as well. Check back on this. Sometimes it takes a couple minutes for the system to register that it's actually complete. Okay, so let's go ahead and book. While we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and book our next load. So we'll click van, and then let's see here. Let's pick one for today. Now, something we want to keep in mind is where our truck was. So let's view this load. Notice that this one's in California. So it actually cost us $2 grand to go to pick it up. Okay, so this one would cost us $2 grand to go pick up. So we definitely don't want to book this load from California. So this is something new that you want to keep in mind. So we'll go back to the load board. Where's this truck at? California. Go back to the load board. Van load. And here's one from California. View load. And it only costs $184. Adds 2.24 hours to the load. Okay, so we'll go ahead and book that. And we can go ahead and start the dispatch. And then we wait. So this one's actually going to take a while. Oh, it's going to Richmond, Virginia. So this one probably won't finish till tomorrow sometime. Okay, so if we go back to load board, let's check, or sorry, my loads. Let's check and see if our other load is ready yet. Here we go. Load has been successfully completed and payment set. So we're good to go.